What's going on, everybody? Grace and peace. We back up in the building. We in the house. We are in here like swimwear. I'm getting the situation started. I think I'm gonna pull in a video and I'm gonna watch it while I'm finishing up my work, and we can watch it together. It's a new sovereign citizen video that just popped up while I'm getting myself situated. It might be something fun for y'all to check out. Let me know what y'all think about it down in the chat. So here we go. Let's do this. It's a quick one. It's like 8 minutes. So anyway, I'll get done.
Don't put your hands on me. Stop. Don't put your hands on me. You are not a cop. You're goddamn military. You're not a police officer.
You're not a police officer.
That's crazy. Let's go. Yeah. You are not going to be a police officer after this. I promise with everything inside of me. You are so you touched my daughter's car.
What? She's saying she guarantees you're not going to be a cop in the morning.
Welcome back to the Van Valiant channel, guys. Today we head to Illinois, courtesy of Resisting Arrest TV, where this sovereign citizen finds out the hard way pulling onto your driveway when the police pull you over because you have a warrant out for your arrest doesn't make them or the warrant go away. Get your popcorn ready for this one.
Under arrest.
You're fighting. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. I'm not messing with you. You don't even know who I am. Get your hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back. You are under arrest. I took care of it with the sheriff. Show me the warrant now. Show me the warrant now.
You're under arrest.
Then you have to bring me in front of the judge right this second.
You're under arrest. Turn around.
You're wrong. You're wrong. It's taken care of.
Turn around.
It's taken care of.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Turn around.
Lady, you tried to run from the police. That's not the actions of someone who has, quote unquote, taken care of their warrant.
Here. No, here.
Stay back.
I've taken care of it, and you can get off of me.
I'm not until you turn around.
You have no business touching me. You have no right to touch me. You are not a cop. You're goddamn military. And that's
You're not a cop.
So now she wants this Fox Lake police officer who is military and not a cop to take her in front of the judge immediately to take care of the warrant she claims to have already taken care of. Yeah, make sense of all that if you can.
You have to bring me in front of the judge right now. I took care of it. I took care of it.
Turn around.
Leave me alone.
I'm good for an hour in
me.
front of her house.
You're gonna assault me. Oh, I'm gonna put a lead on you.
Stop.
You're sick. You have to let me go now. The judge is even in court right this second.
The judge is not in court right this second to deal with the warrant I claim I've already taken care of, so you have to let me go. Yeah, nice try, but that's not how it works. Also, jail cells exist.
Can you turn around? You're under arrest.
I took care of it. Let's go in front of the sheriff then. Let's call the sheriff.
Turn around.
I took care of it.
Turn around.
Oh my God, you're sick. You didn't even show me a warrant.
Are you gonna turn around?
You're going to turn around now and get that warrant.
You didn't even show me anything. It's a bench warrant.
You didn't even show me the warrant. Well, of course not. You were too busy trying to run and resist arrest. Also, it's funny that you're asking to see the warrant when 2 minutes ago you were doing everything in your power to make sure that didn't happen. But don't worry, you'll get to see the warrant soon enough.
Oh my God.
Give me your other arm. Give me your other arm.
Holy fuck, I took care of it!
I don't think you did.
Stop fighting.
I don't think you took care of it, man. I could be wrong, but I don't think she took care of it. What do y'all think?
Stand
Who
up.
I am!
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't! I'm not Julie Reddington by estate. I'm a person. I'm a living
Yeah, I'm not this Julie you're looking for, even though I claim to take care of that person's arrest warrants from time to time. This is not the droid you're looking for. Might work in Star Wars, but it doesn't work in real life, unfortunately.
I was a sheriff call.
Hey, well, you just added a bunch more charges.
You
No,
just
I
said you
didn't add anything to it.
bench
You're
warrant for
not-
who? You said you're not even Julie Reddington.
Right.
I took care of the estate having a bench warrant, like I'm property. This is sick. This is so sick. In front of all my neighbors. Holy shit.
Now, why do I get the impression that this soft-sick couldn't care less about what her neighbours think of her? In fact, they're probably glad to see the back of her for a few hours.
You're a military. You're not a police officer. This is all for profit. This is sick. This is human trafficking. I called the UCC. I've already talked to the sheriff. He knows all about it. This is sick. What?
That's crazy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Respect to this officer for calling it as she sees it. More of this, please. And a bit more Sergeant Sparky next time, please.
Oh, we need that.
In front of
Stop.
your neighbors. Look, you
Stop.
ain't car in my
Stop.
pocket.
Can you just stay over there?
Come and get those. No, she
We'll
can
give
get the
it to
link.
we'll give it to
No, you
her.
won't. Look what
Quit
you're doing
turning
in front of the
around.
neighbor. You have to bring me in front of the judge now. He's not there.
Now.
Yeah, it is. That's a bench warrant.
Well, you have more charges on you.
Yeah.
now.
I have no charges because you said so.
You fled from me.
You have no idea who I am. What probable cause did you have?
Stop talking.
I took care of it. Now, what are you going to do when you find out that it's
How
gone?
do you take care of it if we don't know who
A
you
better
are?
question is, what are you going to do when you find out the warrant is still active? Will you admit you're wrong and apologise for your unhinged behaviour? Or will you do what we all expect of you, and that's double and triple down on your BS?
And no, that goes to my daughter. That was go to my daughter. It's Thanksgiving
Listen,
and those cards go to my daughter.
Stop yelling. I'll give it to her. Just act like a normal person.
Yeah,
Am I yelling at you? Okay, I'm a sick.
Yeah, you're sick. You know, what can your body take what you're doing right now to me?
My
No.
what? My bond?
Yeah.
I don't have
You're gonna
bond.
be able to, yeah, you do. You have to have a bond. Look what you're doing at Thanksgiving. Holy fuck.
You better have that bond.
Bitches. I took care of it. Yeah.
Y'all know
You should call
it.
the
Y'all know
sheriff.
it. Y'all know what's gonna happen to my girl, right?
Thanksgiving.
You know what's happening to her, right? Oh, that door slammed.
Thanksgiving.
And now for the crazy ride to jail, where our soft-sit friend shifts the goalposts, performs some wild mental gymnastics, threatens to take the officer's job, lean her house, and take her bond, when the officer provides her with proof that the warrant is very real and active.
I was talking to the sheriff before I told my daughter.
You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. So you're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. So you're going to jail tonight.
We checked with the sheriff for you. They said that it's a valid, active warrant.
Danger?
Okay.
We just called them for you.
Let me see it.
When you get there, we'll show it to you when you get there.
You hear that? It said wanted person.
Who cares what it says? What wanted who? You can wait because you're gonna make me what? I have to be my estate that you're trying to rob. I don't.
Estate?
I'm
What
a
are you
human
talking
being.
Stop.
What do you mean stop? This is extortion. You are not going to be a police officer after this. I promise with everything inside of me. I'm going to put a lien against you, and you're going to lose your job. I'm going to call
Everything
I'm going to call your
inside of me is
insurance.
crazy.
I'm going to. You are so. You touched my daughter's car.
Oh man, you're in trouble.
That's going to cost you so much goddamn
The
money.
vehicle
What?
is towed.
Okay, well, your bond better be able to cover it, and it won't.
Now she tries to claim the consequences of fleeing from the police and resisting arrest is assault, and demands to be taken in front of the judge immediately because the law that she claims doesn't apply to her says so. The officer is not having any of it.
That was assault. You assaulted me
You assaulted her.
in front of my neighbors for a buck. You have to bring me in front of the judge today.
What?
You have to bring me in front of the judge today. That's what the warrant says, to bring me in front of the.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. Okay, show me it. It
How do
says
you
to
know?
bring
You
me in
said you
front of
didn't
the
even have
judge.
it.
Tomorrow.
No, it does not. It says
We'll take it next
immediately. You
Tuesday.
can't get. No, then that's kidnapping. You can't just keep
Kidnapping is
me at
crazy.
wherever you please. It is a bench warrant to bring me in front of the judge.
Tomorrow.
All right, so according to Resisting Arrest TV, she was charged with resisting arrest ×3 and obstructing identification. And the police officer she claimed was and wasn't a police officer didn't lose her job as a police officer. Shocking, I know. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video,
Shout out
please
to
leave me a
Van
like,
Valiant
share the
channel. Shout
video,
out to
and
Van
subscribe
Valiant.
to the channel.
I always think those things are hilarious, but I just wanted to get that started with that. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening. We got a good show planned. This is going to be a little bit of a variety, and I hope that you all will hang around to the end because we are going to go through that video, The Bride of Farmer, which I think has been, a lot of people looked at it. So I've talked about it. So I want to go over that tonight. And the link to that is down in the description. But before we get started, I want to talk about something because this is the end of March and you may or you may not care, but it's March Madness. And when I was a school teacher, we didn't do a whole lot for March Madness. We really didn't. And because my alma mater was never a school that was involved in, the Final Four, the Sweet 16 or anything like that, it never really sunk in. I never really got involved or excited about it. But because President Firstborn attends a school that is in the, what are they, in the Sweet 16 now? I think they're in the Sweet 16. Because her school's there, I guess now I have to pay a little bit more attention to it because I'm getting these text messages from my kid. So what I did was I made up not a Final Four, an Elite 8 for my channel. I came up with a March Madness for my channel. It's going to be crazy. All right, let me show you what I did. All right, every day, starting today at 8 o'clock, every day I have a team up of I picked the top 8 videos from the month of March. And I seeded them. See, I'm using those words that they use in the, the fancy words when you talk about March Madness. All right, so I seeded the number 1 video against the number 8 video. And then the number 2 versus the number 7, and so on and so forth. So I got 4 matches coming up starting tonight. So tonight will be the number 1 versus the number 8. All I'm going to ask you to do is a community post is going to go up at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm just going to ask you to watch the 2 videos. Just watch them. If you've already seen them, watch it again. And then vote. Which one do you like? The first one or the number 1 seed or the number 8 seed? And that's all you got to do. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then moving forward, they'll always be at 2 o'clock. But I wanted to make sure I announced it. So every day at 2 o'clock. So Thursday will be the number 2 versus the number 7. Friday will be number 3 versus number 6. And then 5 versus 4 will be on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we'll do the Final Four. On Monday, we'll do the championship and announce, and that'll be the end of the month of March. I just thought it'd be fun to do a March Madness since I got to talk about it now, since my daughter goes to a school that's in the March Madness. So tonight at 8 o'clock, the community post will go up, and you got your 2 videos, my number 1 and my number 8 seeded video. I just thought it would be fun to look at and see what videos y'all like, see what y'all thought about them. And of course, you can comment, give me your feedback, all that kind of good jazz like that. So that's our Final Four is coming up on, all right, not the Final Four, our Elite 8 is coming up this evening. Shout out. So let me know what you think about it. I worked hard on that too, by the way. I worked hard on it. I want to get your thoughts and your feedback on it. Now, good people. Where did my video go, Jason? Oh, Jason, you did not close it out. My dude, I tell you, all this work and he closed it out. I'm going to end up firing myself. Anyway, last week, we looked at a video of a young lady getting pulled out of her car because she was not following instructions. She was not behaving as the officer asked her to. And we were kind of conflicted. We had, actually it was 2 weeks ago, because we had Fit Lawyer ATL was here. And we were kind of conflicted on what was the officer being too harsh, so on and so forth. So what I wanted to do was the actual video, the body cam of her the police body cam is now out. And so what I want to do was I want to pull this video back in, and I want us to look at it again, the original video that she posted and the police body cam, and see if we land in the same spot. Because I think her body cam, not her body cam, her camera angle really didn't tell the story in its fullness. So let me bring it in just in case you forgot what it was that we were talking about. There we go. Let's see how Duke does this year. Let's see how they do. I should wear my Duke hat. I'll wear it on the next time they play. I'll wear the Duke hat next time they play, because I had it on the other day. So let's pull this in. I want to see what y'all think about it.
Please stop.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the full one. Sorry about that. Let me remove that one. But this one.
Stop! No, stop, please, I'm scared, stop! Wait, stop, please! Wait, please, stop, sir!
Whew. All right, here's your copy of the citation. As far as the bills, you don't want to take it?
No.
Well, yes, you don't take it because it's your citation.
I don't want it.
That's your citation. That's littering. Step out of the car.
No, don't do that. Get the fuck off my car.
Out.
I'm not stepping out. Look.
Mom, chill out. Mom.
I'm not doing call. Yes, call. I'm not touching.
Mom, please chill out. Mom, please chill out. Mom,
don't
please chill
touch
out.
me.
Out.
I'm not stepping out of shit. Call your motherfucking
I am the
supervisor.
supervisor.
You're not the supervisor.
Yes,
Call
I
your supervisor. A
Step
supervisor.
out.
I'm not
Step
stepping out of
out.
Mom,
nothing.
chill out.
Get
Mom,
your
chill out.
fucking hand off
Please
me.
chill out. Mom,
Get
please
your
chill
hand
out.
off me. Get your hand off me. I will step
Step
out when the
out.
supervisor.
I
I'm
am
not
the
stepping out of
supervisor.
nothing.
Ma'am.
Get your hand off me.
Tanisha.
Get your hand
I'm not
off
letting
me.
go.
You littered. You
I
dropped
am
the
not.
ticket, not me.
I put the ticket in the car.
No, you dropped the
because
ticket,
that's your
not
copy.
me. You dropped the ticket, not me. Get your hands off me.
Take the ticket
You're
and
touching
go.
me. Give me the
All right,
ticket.
yes,
You're touching
yeah.
me forcibly. You're holding me too
Because-
tight, and you're being out of
Just
line.
get the ticket.
Y'all see
Just
this,
get the
right?
ticket. Sir, I'm sorry. Can she just get the ticket?
No, you stop.
Stop.
Why are you holding my arm like
Because
this?
I gave you the
Why?
ticket,
No, you
then
did
you
not.
proceeded
You
to throw
dropped the
it.
ticket,
I
not
put it in
me.
your car,
I told you I did
and
not
you
want it.
proceeded to
You
throw it out of
dropped
the
it.
car.
You dropped it. You're doing too much. I'm not afraid of you. Get your
That's
hand
fine,
off
but
of
I've
me.
asked you
You're
to step
holding
out
me
of the car.
forcibly for no reason.
Because you need to
Get
step out of the car.
your fucking hands off
Step
me.
out of the car.
No, what am I stepping
Mom,
out of the
you
Is
car
there
for?
anything I can do to get you to comply?
Look, Mom, he just said take the
To
ticket and we
comply.
can leave. He
You
said
threw the
take the
car out
ticket
of
and
the
we
No,
can
I
leave.
did not. You did that.
He said
You
take
threw
the
the
ticket
ticket
and we
at
can
I
me.
leave.
gave it to you so
You
you
threw
could
the
leave.
ticket at
And then
me.
you grabbed it
Okay,
and threw it out.
give me the
It's on
ticket.
your phone video.
Give me the ticket.
No,
Give me the
we're
ticket.
past that.
Okay.
You're under arrest. Step
For
out of
what?
the car, littering.
Okay.
Man.
Step out of the car.
No, I'm not.
You're under arrest.
No, when
Yes, ma'am.
when
If he
your
doesn't
colonel
do
gets
it,
no,
here,
we have
then I will
beyond that.
step out.
Step
I'm not
out.
getting out of the car. I'm with
Step out.
my child, and I'm
I
not doing
understand
that.
you're with
Call
your
your
child.
father right now.
Step out of the car.
I'm not.
Step
I'm
out
not.
of the
I'll
car.
step out when another officer gets here. I'm not
Step
stepping out.
out.
I don't trust you. You're holding me too strong, and I don't
Because
trust you.
I don't
You
trust
don't
you
have
to
to
not
hold
leave.
me like I'm not going anywhere. Where am I
I
going
will
to go?
stop holding
I'm not
you
going to
if you
go
step out of the
anywhere.
car.
I'm not stepping
Obey.
out of the car.
You need to
Call
step
your
out of the
colonel, and
car.
I will get out of the car.
This is
You're
resisting
holding me.
arrest.
I'm not
Your colonel is
resisting arrest.
crazy.
I'm not.
Because you're not
What am I under
answering my
arrest
order.
for? What am I
Littering.
under arrest for? I didn't litter. You
You
did
threw the
that.
ticket
No,
out the
I did not.
window.
You did that. You did that. It's all on camera.
You're
So
correct.
when your colonel gets here, then I will step out. I have my child with me.
I am
I'm
the
not getting
corporal.
out of the. You have a supervisor, okay?
I am the
So when your
supervisor on
supervisor
duty.
gets here,
He
then
is
I
not-
will
I
step
am
out of
the
the car.
highest ranking
Call
supervisor.
someone else
I don't
to
have
come
anyone
here.
else.
There is someone else.
Not right now.
Yeah, there is someone else. Let me
Step
call
out of the car.
911.
Stop.
Get your
All
fucking.
right, please
She
stop.
said
Stop.
call
Mom,
911
wait, stop.
is
Mom,
crazy.
Wait, stop, sir, please stop. Wait, stop, please stop. Wait, stop, sir, stop, please. Wait, please stop. Stop,
Ooh,
stop,
gosh.
please, I'm scared, stop. Wait, stop, please. Wait, please, stop, sir. Wait, stop, please. Wait, please, stop. Wait, stop, please. Okay, wait, I can get out, please, just don't touch me.
Okay, so that was the video that we all saw. Like, and by the way, her attorney uploaded that video to X. It wasn't her, it was her attorney. Because I guess he thought that made her look good, I guess. Well, lo and behold, the actual body cam is up. And I want y'all to look at it again. Because I don't know. I think the body cam tells us a different narrative than what we saw originally from here. And what I mean by that is we get to see it from a different angle. When she throws it out, you see it. You see that she is the one that throws that ticket out. You see the son like pleading with the mom. And then you see his hands. He's blurred out, of course. But you see his hands like, Mom, just obey. Just follow along. Mom, chill. All that kind of stuff like that. I'm sorry. This lady, she needs to go to jail. She deserves the jail. And I'm sorry. And by the way, real quick, I'm sorry. Do y'all know why he pulled her over? Oh my gosh. Pull in the chat. Do you know what and if you already saw it, then you cannot. 0-second timeout for you. Do you know why he pulled her over? Does anybody know? The irony of why he pulled her over is going to make you stop. Like, man, come on. All this is, no, most people don't know why he pulled her over. Wait till you see why he pulled her over. Oh, okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. No, not seatbelt. That would have been crazy. No, it wasn't even that. No, there's a real reason why he pulled her over. Littering. No, that's why he pulled her out of the car, not why he pulled her over. The initial stop was for a reason. And oh, this is so crazy, man. Oh, no, I saw one person had said it. One person did say it. Okay, let's pull it in, Jason. Okay, one person did say it. No license plate is crazy. I mean, and again, like this is such a you created your own problem. And I really do hope they throw the whole book at her. The whole book. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Hi there. I'm Corporal Morgan with the Hearst Police Department. Reason why you're getting stopped, you were just driving through a school zone going 40. It's a 25 through there.
She was speeding through a school zone. She was speeding through a school zone. She was doing 40 in a 25. But wait till you hear the excuse that she gives. Wait till you hear the excuse. Ma'am, and I'm sorry, the one time I've gotten a speeding ticket, it was in a school zone. I just took it because I'm like, I was wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I needed to get the ticket. I deserved the ticket. I'm just wrong. It's in a school zone. Now, if it was on the street, I probably would have argued about it. Probably would have got arrested, right? But she's in a school zone. Wait till you hear what she says. You are not ready for this. Let me back up a little smidgen.
Hi there. I'm Corporal Morgan with the Hearst Police Department. Reason why you're getting stopped, you were just driving through a school zone going 40. It's a 25 through there. Do you have your driver's license proof of insurance with you today? Where y'all heading to this afternoon?
Home.
Coming from?
Why?
Just a question.
None of your business.
None of your business is
It's
crazy.
none of your business.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Okay. Do you have your insurance?
I'm showing you that.
The attitude is crazy.
Any reason for the hurry this afternoon?
I wasn't in a hurry. I didn't even see a school.
There was a flashing signal as you were driving through.
She did not see the school zone. She did not see it. She just said, I did not see the school zone. And everybody who's ever driven in a school zone knows that there's no flashing lights. That's crazy work, y'all. She saw wherever she's trying to get to that she rode through a school zone fast and she didn't see the flashing lights. So you know what that means? So you know what that probably means? She also would not have seen little Tommy or little Sally walking on the side of the road, running out into the street to get their homework that flew out their book bag. She wouldn't have seen them either because she's driving too fast. She already admitted she was going too fast. And then she admits that she did not see it. That's crazy work. None of your business is crazy. That's why he gave her the can opener, and got her out the car. But she was rude from the word go. And again, you could be upset. But why? Think about it. Think about it like this. Okay, let's pretend that every police officer is a police officer that's trigger happy and wants to put somebody's head to bed. Why would you be rude to an officer if you know that he or she has a potential of pulling out their weapon and discharging it? Now, does she know that this officer is trigger happy? Absolutely not. I think he's probably the most patient person I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of patient officers. So why be rude to him? Like, why not just be cool? See, we are our own worst enemies. Somebody likes to say it, and it's true. Sin makes you stupid. Watch this. Let's go.
Directly on the side of the roadway.
Oh, let me back up here. Hear it again.
Any reason for the hurry this afternoon?
I wasn't in a hurry. I didn't even see a school
Oh,
zone.
there's a flashing signal as you were driving through, directly on the side of the roadway.
That lady going to jail.
Can I see your phone? That's good till March. Let me go check on your license. I'll be right back with you. I'll just stay in the car for me.
And you know what? Something I learned, and I'm not saying that you got to do it. Make sure you have your insurance card, like the old school card. If they send you that, man, get that thing, because everybody got it on their phones, and I think people get frazzled. They get upset because they're getting pulled over. They're nervous, all that kind of stuff. Just have that thing somewhere in your wallet. You don't have to have it in your car per se, but you should have it in your wallet and just be able to hand it to the officer and call it a game. Because having it on your phone, sometimes they need to take it back to the car. I don't need you taking my phone. Like, that's just crazy work. So that would be my admonishment from watching so many of these. Like, don't do that. Don't set yourself up for the wet up. Just go ahead and just have the little physical card. Put it in your wallet. Put it somewhere. Hide it in your car just in case you're afraid somebody break into your car. I got you. But still, like, I don't think it's smart to not have it in your have a physical card, in my opinion. They don't get Progressive, don't give you one, really? State Farm, State Farm, they send us ones all the time. Yeah, but okay, let's keep going. This is interesting.
Okay, Tanisha, you'll be receiving a citation today for the speed. I just need to get a signature from you. This is not an admission of guilt.
I'm not.
It's a promise. You're not going to sign it? That's fine. I'll just put refuse. I need to get the VIN number on the car real quick. I'll enter that. I'll print you your copy and send you on your way.
At any point so far, has the officer been confrontational? Besides the fact that he pulled you over, has he been confrontational? Has he been mean? Has he been, belligerent, anything of that nature? I mean, he's been super chill, right? Watch what happens. This is crazy work.
Where's your registration sticker on the car?
I just bought this car, so I'm waiting.
Wait. We might have to stop this a couple times. He's asking about why you don't have your registration sticker on your car. I guess wherever they are in Texas is kind of like here in Georgia. You got that little sticker every year. Listen to what she says to him. And I'm not 100% certain who she directing this toward. Is she saying this about herself or is she saying it about him? Listen to what she says. Crazy word.
On the car.
I just bought this car, so I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I'm just asking.
Okay. I told you.
Do you have your bill of sale with the car then?
No, I don't.
Okay, you should probably carry that with you if you're not going to display your registration sticker.
Well, I wasn't told that, so you might need to get updated on the laws.
Okay, who is she saying needs to get updated on the laws? That's what I wasn't clear on. He said, hey, you need to have your bill of sale on you. That would probably be the best way to, until you get your registration. I don't know if she was saying you need to look up the laws or I need to as the driver. I wasn't certain. Let me back it up again. I'm like, why are you treating the officer like this? If you think that he could possibly delete you, why would you behave like this? But later on, she's going to talk about how she's not scared of him, but then she's going to talk about she don't feel safe. Ma'am, it's because of your behavior in 4K.
Well, I wasn't told that, so you might need to get updated on the laws.
All right, give me just a second.
Okay. Because you know that sun be catching heck. You know he do. That's a nice car.
All right, here's your copy of the citation. As far as the bills,
Okay, let's watch together, boys and girls, and see, does she take it or does he throw it on the ground?
All right, here's your copy of the citation. As far as the bills, you don't want to take it? Well, it's going to take it because it's your citation. That's your citation. That's littering. Step out of the car.
Don't
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so who threw it out the window? I that's the part I don't get. Like, how did you think this was going to go well? Right, she threw it out the window. And this is the last thing about this. I mean, she could have when you get a ticket, doesn't the ticket give you all of the information about how to pay for it, or if you have to go to court, where to go, and all that stuff like that? Why would you throw away the ticket and not have all the information to take care of it properly? Like, how is that? How are you being so boss babe? Like, wouldn't it? Because this is probably what happens to a lot of those dingbats that we watch who have suspended licenses because they didn't go to court because they threw the ticket away. I can see that happening all the time. Like, what is the advantage of you giving me the ticket that tells me what time to go to court, where it is, and how much to pay if I don't want to have to go to court? Usually that's on the ticket, right? So what advantage do I have by not having that information? They're not going to mail me something until they come pull me over on the side of the road again and say, you missed the court date, Jason. Now you got to go. You're going to jail, my brother. What is the benefit of this? This is like, ma'am, you're your own worst enemy. This is some crazy work, y'all. And it's going to get gooder, though. Watch this.
It's your citation. That's littering. Step out of the car.
don't
Yes,
do
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am. Step out.
I'm not stepping
Step out. 6,963.
Yes,
Step out.
I'm not
Step out.
Oh, but you are.
Step
Oh,
out.
but you is.
Step it out.
I'm not stepping
Step
out
out.
of shit. Call
Step
your
out.
motherfucking supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
You're not the supervisor.
Yes, I am.
Call your
I am the
supervisor.
corporal.
A
Step out.
supervisor. I'm not
Step
stepping
out.
out of nothing. Get
Step
your
out.
fucking hand off me.
Step
Get
it
your
out.
hand off me. Get your hand off me. I will step
Step
out
out.
when the supervisor.
I
I'm
am
not
the
stepping
supervisor.
out of nothing.
Ma'am.
Get your hand off me.
Tanisha,
Get your hand
I'm not
off
letting
me.
go.
You littered. You
I
dropped
am
the
not.
ticket, not
I
me.
put the ticket in
No,
the car
you dropped the
because
ticket,
that's your.
not
Who dropped the ticket? Who dropped the ticket? Yo, her lawyer that put this out there, he needs his butt whooped. I'm sorry, man. You just wasting time, my dude. This is some crazy work. Oh, yeah, he in control. Yeah, ma'am, he is in control of you. Once they put their hands on you, it's a wrap. When they put your hands on you, just go ahead and give up because you're not going anywhere else. She is getting arrested for littering. I mean, I think littering is kind of like, okay, but she's kind of exacerbated this situation all the way because she was getting away. And watch this. He's still going to give her an opportunity. If you listen to him, he's saying, like, if you take the ticket, you can go. And now I don't know if he really means it or whatever like that, but he's giving her an opportunity, even in the midst of this chaos, like, just take the ticket and go. And you hear the son, that's clearly what the boys heard because he's going to say it several times. All right, watch this. Let's go.
me. You dropped the ticket, not me. Get your hands off me.
Take the ticket and go.
Me. Give me the ticket. You're touching me forcibly. You're holding me too tight, and you're being out of line.
You are resisting.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Stop.
Can she just get the ticket?
No, you stop. Why are you holding my arm like
Because
that?
Why is the young black man demonstrating more self-control than his whole big age mama? Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. But we over here act like they just deleting black men left and right and center just for fun. And y'all the ones over, and she the one over here acting crazy with her big bag. That's crazy work. That young man over there is exemplifying self-control, poise, saying sir and no sir to him. And then when they pull him out, pull her out, you're going to hear him even more. Like, hey, if you want me to, I'll get out. And his hands are all clear. But man, your mama, you didn't learn this from your mama. That's all I'm going to say.
You
You dropped the ticket.
I
not
put it
me.
in your car.
I told you I did
and
not
you
want it.
proceeded to throw it out of the car.
You dropped it. You're doing too much. I'm not afraid of you. Get your
That's
hand
fine.
off
Okay,
of
But
me.
I've asked you
She's not afraid of him. She's not afraid of him. Remember that.
to step
Holding
out of
me
the car
forcibly for no reason.
because you need to step
Get
out
your
of the
fucking
car.
hands off
Step
me.
out of the car.
No, what am I stepping out of the car
Is there
for?
anything I can do to get you to comply?
Look, Mom, he just said
To
take the ticket. and we
comply.
got-
You
he
threw
said
the
take
car out of the
ticket.
car.
No, I did not. You did that.
He said
You
take
threw
the
the
ticket
ticket at me.
I gave it to you so
You
you
threw
could
the
leave,
ticket at
and then
me.
you grabbed it and
Okay,
threw it out.
give me the
It's on
ticket.
your phone
Give
video.
me the ticket.
It's no, we're
Give me the
we're
ticket.
past that.
Oh, well, now we're
Okay.
You're
gone
under
now. See,
arrest. Step
For
out of the
what?
car, literally.
Okay.
Step out of the car.
No, I'm not.
You are under arrest.
No, when the
Yes, ma'am.
when your colonel gets
No,
here,
we are
then I
beyond
will
that.
Step out.
Step
I'm not
out.
getting out of the car. I'm
Step
with my,
out.
I'm with my child, and I'm
I
not.
understand
Now-
you're with your child.
now, after all of this misbehavior, you done tried to be boss chick. You tried to be Miss Disrespectful. By the way, everybody will tell you that the black female is the most disrespected people group on the planet, ethnic group, whatever on the planet, and they're the most disrespectful. I just want y'all to think about that for a second. But you did all of this, and now it's I'm with my child. Ma'am, you was with your child when you was speeding through the speed zone, through the school zone. Yeah, she did say, I want to speak to your colonel. She did say that. Like, ma'am, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, that's some wild 4K work. Like, what are we doing up in here? Now, all of a sudden, you done tried everything else. Disrespectful, try to be short and curt with them. And now you mom of the year. Now you, ma'am, you're going to jail. I'm not making fun of it, but it's just real. Like, ma'am, we got to learn. And the fact that the boy is smarter than you. I don't know how old he is. Let's just say 18 for easy math. The brother is 18 years old and he is demonstrating, he is behaving like an adult. You on the other side, however, are behaving like a toddler, an embarrassing toddler at that, because you're a big toddler. Lord have mercy. Make this make sense. Please make this make sense.
Right now.
Step out of the car.
I'm not.
Step
but
out
you
of
are.
the car.
Step out when another officer gets here.
Oh, you're not
I'm
going to step out.
I
You're
don't
going to get
trust
drug
you.
out.
You're holding me too strong.
Because I don't trust
you
you
don't
to
have to
not
hold
leave.
me like I'm not going anywhere. Where am I going?
Now she don't trust them. I thought a moment ago you wasn't even scared of them. I ain't scared. Now all of a sudden it's, I don't trust you. How does that even work?
I will stop
I'm
holding
not
you if
gonna
you
go
step out of the
anywhere.
car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You need to
Call
step
your
out of the
colonel and
car.
I will get out of the car.
This is resisting
You're holding me.
arrest.
I'm not resisting arrest.
But you are.
Because you're not
what am I
answering
under
my
arrest
order.
for?
Literally.
What am I under arrest for? I didn't litter.
You
did
threw the
that.
ticket out
no,
the
I did not.
window.
You did that. You did that. It's all on camera.
You're
so
correct.
when your colonel gets here, then I will step out. I have my child with me.
I am the
I'm not
corporal.
getting
Why?
out of the-
I have my
You
child
a-
is
you have a
crazy word.
supervisor, okay?
I am the
So when your
supervisor on duty.
supervisor gets here,
He
then
is
I
not.
will
I
step
am
out
the
of car.
highest ranking
Call
supervisor.
someone else.
I don't
to
have
come
anyone
here.
else.
There
You're
is
not-
someone else.
Not right now.
There is someone
You
else.
need to
Let me
step
call
out of the car.
911.
Stop.
Get your
Woo.
phone.
Stop. Get
Here it
out.
comes.
Stop, Mom, chill out,
Get
Mom.
out.
Wait, stop, first, please
Stop. Get out.
Okay.
Stop, please stop.
I didn't notice this the first time either. Listen, you hear the police sirens coming. You hear them. You have no idea how many police officers are there. When they finally get her on the ground and start walking her to the car, you have no idea how many police are there. I'm like, do they have no other crime? Like, this is crazy work when you see how many police are there.
Stop.
Wait, stop.
Get
Oh, you about to get out. Oh, you don't get out.
Stop. Wait, please stop. Roll over. Roll over.
How am I going to roll over?
Roll over. Lower to the left. Pull your hand up.
Girl, you're going to jail.
All you had to do is take the ticket and leave. She's in custody.
You see all them police cars back there? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I counted 6 police cars. I don't like, dude, y'all ain't got no other crimes to fight in Texas. My goodness, in the morning. All she had to do was comply. That's crazy work.
Get my phone.
Get your phone. Now get my phone. Ma'am, in a moment, why is your phone the most concerning thing that you have? Ma'am, come on. And I'm not trying to be crude or crass, but you see that her sweater has been ripped, right? Her undergarment is not doing its job correctly. So that means a very sensitive part of her body is laying on the concrete, on the ground, on the asphalt. And the first thing she's concerned about is get my phone. Ma'am, your junk is, y'all gonna see it in a second. I'm like, y'all, for real? This thing turned into OnlyFans real quick. Y'all make this thing make sense. Get my phone. For what?
All right. Get her set up and have her sit up against the bumper of the car. Lean you this way. Step up.
Watch it.
Feet, knees.
You're about to
There
flash
we go.
you. Whoa!
Go into this car vacuum.
You got the girls is on the asphalt and you worrying about get my phone. What are we dealing with in 26? That's some behavior we should have left in 1987. This lady, because she wanted to be big and tough, probably because she got a new car. So it's probably in the 30 days that she just got it. She probably feeling herself. And then she mad, she speeded through a school zone. I'm sorry, if you speed through a school zone, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. You take that ticket because you could have killed somebody's child. And she admits that she didn't know it was a school zone. So that means she was a distracted driver, not paying attention, whatever. I'm sorry. She deserves it.
Face the number 11. Right there. Spread your feet for me. No guns, drugs, knives on you, right? No guns, drugs, or knives on you. Yes or no?
It don't look like I got any guns, drugs, and knives on me.
He doesn't know. That's why he's asking. I don't know. That's why I asked you. It's a yes or no question.
That's why you going to jail. She still got a stank attitude. They just threw you on the ground. The girls was on the asphalt. Your hair is all discombobulated. The little sweater you had is now shredded. And you still got the unadulterated, unmitigated gall to be still having an attitude. Still got an attitude. See, that's why we looking. That's why you going to jail. Right.
Get my phone.
Get my phone is crazy work. Whew, that was satisfying. That was a satisfying door slam. And think about it. The car is about to go to car jail. Now, I don't know. That officer seemed like he was really trying to be gracious to her. He could let the son drive the car home. He could. Or he could be a butthole and make the car go to car jail. And she got to pay to get out of jail herself and then got to pay to get the car out of car jail. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure we'll probably find out. But they just released this yesterday. And I just thought it was wild. So I'm like, you do realize that this is all your fault. And you're gonna have people that are campaigning and saying that he was too rough with her. And again, I don't know about littering. I wouldn't want to send somebody to jail for littering either. But let's put it in the whole context. She was foul and funky from the beginning. And if littering is a jailable offense and you are acting foul and funky, I don't know what to do, nice and smooth. I don't know what to do for you. You put yourself in that pickle. You put yourself in that trick bag. Don't be mad at me if I zip it up. That's what the officer said. I mean, in a roundabout kind of way. He didn't really say that. But, you got what I'm saying. Kind of like that. Like, man, you created the problem that was way worse than anything that you needed it to be. And that's crazy work. She running a side quest. Shout out to PMD up in the building. She running a side quest. Right. Like, why is life so boring? You know what? I like a boring life. Let me take that back. I'm good with it. I'm good with life being boring. You won't hear me. I do not need excitement in my life. The most exciting thing I had happen in my life was that the guy came to look at my roof today and told me my roof was in good shape. There you go. Like a roof diagnostic. That was the exciting part. Woo! Sign me up for that. The boring life of a 52-year-old dad in the suburbs. It is so boring. But yeah, man, she was definitely on the receiving end, the latter part of that equation. The find out portion. For what reason, though? What was the benefit? What is the upshot of that? What's the upshot? I know, right? I'm living a wild life, boy. I'm gonna be on Dad's Gone Wild next week. I should show y'all the picture. I did a video this morning. I went out on my deck and I said, I'm about to create a biohazard. Got my leaf blower out and blew all the pollen off my deck. The cloud was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. It was so much pollen. How much pollen was it? That when it finally settled in my backyard, you can see a clear delineation of more pollen in my backyard. It was crazy. I was like, oh, I'm about to be a biohazard. I'm about to blowing it all over the place. It was crazy, man. And yeah, that's the kind of excitement I need. That's the kind of excitement I need. There. Maybe tomorrow I'll do the front yard. I'll just go around and I'll leaf blow my whole driveway. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. So that is the excitement that I need. I don't need to get pulled out by the police, get my neck all cranked around and stuff, jank hanging out on the ground. Nope, I don't need that. I don't need that kind of drama. There you go. Leaf blowing the pollen off my deck. That's exciting to me. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate y'all. Bring respect back. I don't know where respect went, but we need to find it. So we need to write a dear letter to respect. Like, we need you back. It wasn't you, it was me. Please come back. She wanted to make it on YouTube and she made it. But why though? To me, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it was worth it. Like, why do that? Like, there's so many. Sure. You can make a come up. Sure, you could sue the police department because he mishandled you. Okay, but everybody watched you get manhandled. Everybody saw the girls on the asphalt. There's going to be so much bad stuff that comes from that. What would be the benefit of that? And then you demonstrate, like, what? I don't think that I can't see the upside. I really can't. Somebody, if you see the upside of getting yanked out your car in the middle of suburbia, having 7 police officers have to tackle you down out there in the middle of the street with your hair all discombobulated and your sweater all torn to shreds, please email me what is the upshot of that. I would like to know what is the upshot, because I might be missing it. Maybe I'm just not smart enough. It's very possible, but I don't get it. And the son got more sense than her. I don't know where he got her. He must have got that from granddad. He got that good sense from granddad or grandma, because he certainly didn't get it from her. That is unequivocal. She's a gangster. But now she's a prankster because she's going to jail. Oh, we didn't do it. Hold on, we got to do it for her. We got to bring it back. I know y'all like it. So let me, there we go.
You're going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight.
And let me bring this up. Since the narrative is that police officers go around hunting after black men, right? That's the narrative that people keep trying to, create. Then why would you demonstrate such poor behavior in front of your son, who's a black man, that would possibly get him? Because if he was doing that, it could have gone bad. It could have gone bad. So why would you do that and put his life in danger by modeling in front of him poor behavior? And who knows? What if it had gone to the weapon getting pulled out? Your son would have caught it. He'd have said, look, we buying one, getting one free up in here today. Like, why would you do that? Like, I don't see the upshot in this type of this kind of behavior. And again, I understand you're upset. You're upset because you're going to get this 15 miles over in a school zone ticket. I don't know. Let's just say for easy math, it's $200. right? Okay, you got a $200 ticket. But now, not only do you got a $200 ticket, you got 3 resisting resisting an officer charges, and your car is going to probably go to car jail. So now you have been you've taken a $200 speed. Oh, and you still got the $200 speeding ticket. You took the $200 speeding ticket, put it in a trick bag, and pulled out a $1,000 bill. Way to go. Way to go. And wherever you was on your way to, you're not getting there. Now your husband, or she said his father, I'm going to assume that she's married. I did not see a wedding ring on her finger, but I'm just going to give her the benefit. So now he's got to worry about this. He's got to get your car out of car jail and get you out of jail. He might leave you in jail and get the car out and get his son and say, hey boy, we done beat a rap. Let her stay in there until Monday. But like, for real, like that behavior, I do not get it. I do not get it. And I just thought it was fun. So that's why we watched it, y'all. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. A lot of good commentary back up in here. I appreciate y'all. Oh yeah. What did my daughter call it? She called it, it's not an earworm. Dog, I have to call her and ask her. A vocal cue, I think she called it. A vocal stem. That's what she called it, a vocal stem. So like when you say words all the time, and it just kind of becomes your statement. So like when I say green hearts in the chat, so that's like a vocal stem. And so this is like an audio version of a vocal stem. Or we could just call it an earworm. I like vocal stem though. There is no upside. I don't get it. Once it goes to the point where they put their hands on you, just let it go. You're not going to fight your way out of it. I have watched more body cam footage than the FDA recommends. I can tell you this. I don't think many people watch more. Well, probably the people that do the channels. But I watch a lot of body cam. I have yet to see in the thousands, if not tens of thousands of body cam videos I've watched, I've never seen a police officer put their hands on somebody and then say, my bad, you can go ahead and have a great day. It never has happened in the history of body cam, and I'm pretty sure it never happens in the history of life. Once they put their hands on you, it's a wrap. You're going to jail. Just like when you get out of the car and you've been drinking. Once they pull you out the car, you're not getting back in your car tonight. You're going to jail. Just go ahead and take the ride. Be quiet. And go to jail. Like, what's going to be the best? How are you going to fight your way out? And then they say, okay, no, it's all good. You can go ahead and go. What planet does that happen on? She could have took that ticket and went home and threw it in the garbage. She could have took that ticket and threw it. She could have threw it after she left from the traffic stop and didn't make sure they didn't see her. But why throw it in front of him? Because you're disrespectful. And now look what you got. Now you're in jail. You need to show the one where she's singing and the guy in the cuffs. Oh, you were about to lose your job? I was not. Oh, hold on. That is a funny one too. But I thought she was using a lot of profanity. Hold on. Let me see. That or it had copyrighted music. One or the other. Okay, this one does have music. Okay, cool. Yes, because you ask. Well, hold on, Future. How many people have hit the like button? Make sure you hit that like button. Help a brother out. Help me out. And then remember 8 o'clock, we're going to be doing our final 4. So I need you to make sure you watch those videos. And in the meantime and in between time, here we go.
I don't want to be detained for no goddamn reason. Yeah, that's how the fuck I act.
Whoa.
Naturally. Ask anybody who know me.
What you in school for?
The fuck are you talking about? Why are you detaining me? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. And you're detaining me for nothing. And you about to lose your job. You ain't even got no job because you're crazy. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Is this shit worth you losing your job? Because you about to. Because you ain't got no reason. I could pass any sobriety test today. When somebody's trying to detain me when I don't want to.
If that's sober, then man, you got a whole lot more problems than we realize. If that's what sober behavior is, man, we got a lot of problems. All right, shout out to the best live channel on the internet. Y'all were like, Jason, what? I came over here tonight because you were supposed to be talking about Candace Spears. You were supposed to be talking about Candace, Jason. And you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're going to look at the Bride of Farmer video. This is a really insightful video. If you're not familiar with the trajectory and how Candace got to where she is, I thought this was probably one of the better ones. There are good ones out there. There's not an exhaustive list of good ones. However, right. Shout out. Thank you so much, Jean. She said that Texas lady wouldn't have behaved like that, wouldn't behave the same with her boss. See, absolutely, she wouldn't have done that. I know that. Now that I can say with unverifiable proof. I don't need it. I know that she would not have done that. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's do this one. This one is a good video. I thought it was really interesting. So if y'all don't mind, green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
You ready to continue down the rabbit hole?
Sure.
Hey, Candace. I want to start this video by saying that I'm not attacking you and that I genuinely care. If you saw part 5, you know we talked about Project Monarch and how Candace was the largest voice to have most recently discussed this topic. After that, a lot of you had some things to say, and I do appreciate it. It's not my intention to discredit Candace. My one and only intention is to present the truth. That's it. You can go and verify it for yourself. I'm not here to make claims. I'm not here to hate whatsoever. I read all your comments, and so before we begin with this investigation, let me just set this up because truly I have the intentions to be fair here. So let me just respond to some of the most common comments first, and even some of the potential future comments so we can just get it all out of the way. Let's just focus on the research, guys. So first thing, the main point seems to be that I'm not a daily watcher of Candace. Look, I've been watching Candace Owens since 2016. Before the Daily Wire, before Turning Point, before any of that political stuff that most people know her for, I was a huge fan before all that. See, the thing is when I found out about her, I wasn't really political at all. I was just an artist, but I lost close friends over the whole BLM ordeal. But during that whole era, Candace was the only voice of light. You remember her holding her phone and recording the whole thought stream in one go? That to me is the real Candace. And I remember even sending my friend these viral clips trying to wake them up. But yeah, I've been watching her from the beginning. So let's quickly go through the others. 1. The whole there's a method to her madness. She can only release so much info at a time. You just have to be patient.
You gotta be patient, man.
Well, look, I disagree. In this video, we'll explain why. 2. The whole book club stuff. Oh, she reveals more info in the book club. Okay, well, the truth is behind a paywall. What are you saying? 3. You're just hating. You're jealous.
You're a hater.
Absolutely not. Honestly, I'd rather do old world stuff. I'm doing this because I believe I have to. I'm the only one who can do this at this level. 4. I'm some plant that is attacking her. Well, if I tell you that I'm not, you won't believe me. So why don't you just watch the video and then debunk it? Let me just be very clear. It is my goal to not make any claims. I just want to show you what exists in the public and what's in the files. That's it. There really is no excuse. Any other comment is just laziness. Do the work and verify it for yourself. Now let's lock in. A lot of you were very...
All right. So I thought that was a good start because we've all heard these same pushbacks. If you are on this side of the Candace foolishness, you've heard a lot of these, right? Especially with Macron, that the whole, you don't watch every episode. That was like the mantra during the Macron case. Now they're not saying that much now. I don't know why, which seems interesting, but I digress. So I thought he had a great opening. And I think, of course, asking people to debunk it. Then if I say that this happened, prove that it did. Or if I say that this didn't happen, prove that I'm wrong. Do it. Just prove it. You don't have to get into ad homs. You don't have to argue and fight. Just say, oh, no, here's the proof and the evidence. Bada boom. Kind of like the Egyptian planes. Show me the Egyptian plane data, and I won't say that she hasn't posted it because she ain't posted it yet. She still ain't posted that Egyptian plane data. Let's go.
Specific in the comments. Her husband.
Mm.
So I looked into it. And what I found is not what I expected. The video is called The Bride of Farmer. If you've been watching Candace's series on Erica Kirk, The Bride of Charlie, you kind of get it. But let me just quote how she opened that series. She said, quote, "A young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications has been inserted at the top of an organization that pulled in over $250 million, and the media is telling you that you have no right to know or to ask anything about her?" Then she said, quote, "The public simply wanting to ensure the person who is running that organization is, at a bare minimum, moderately honest about who she says she is. No, that inquiry makes you a monster." End quote. She asked all the right questions about Erica Kirk. Who is this woman? Who inserted her? Why can't we ask questions about her background? Well, I'm going to ask the same ones about Candace. But before I can show you who she married, I need to show you who she was. Okay, so Candace Owens. Candace grew up in Stamford, Connecticut. She went to the University of Rhode Island to study journalism, but dropped out after her junior year. Never finished a degree. After that, she moved to New York, got an internship at Vogue, worked her way up to a private equity firm in Manhattan, and during all of this, there was zero political involvement, zero conservative commentary, nothing really. She was just working in fashion and finance in New York. Then in 2015, she started a company called Degree 180. It was a...
I think that's very interesting because you kind of think that Candace was always talking about politics or politically motivated or had a political mind. She never did. So what changed to make her start moving in this direction? I'm not saying that you can't change and your affections move in a different direction. That's not what I'm saying. But it just seems odd, like you weren't actually talking about politics before. You didn't do this before. What changed? What caused you to do that? And they're going to talk about social autopsy as well.
Marketing agency with a blog, and on the blog, Candace Owens published anti-conservative, anti-Republican, and openly anti-Trump content. She wrote about the batshit crazy antics of the Republican Tea Party. So that's what she thought of Republicans. She wrote that conservatives would, quote, "eventually die off peacefully in their sleep, we hope.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Then we can get right on with the obvious social change that needs to happen immediately." So she was quite the activist. Now, I don't want to hold her to that. And again, I want to set the right tone here. We just need to look at the history. I'm not here to make judgments. People change, people grow, but it gets deeper than that. As late as 2016, publishing anti-Trump content, then praising Trump within 12 to 18 months.
That's crazy.
And now in 2025, she's back criticizing him over foreign policy. So what happened? In April 2016, Candace launched a Kickstarter for something called Social Autopsy. This is the hinge point of her entire career. Social Autopsy was a website designed to track online bullies by cataloging their real names next to screenshots of their offensive posts. Think about what that actually is. It's a public doxing database. You submit a screenshot of someone being mean online, and it gets filed under their real name for anyone to search. She wanted $75,000. She raised about $4,000 before Kickstarter suspended the campaign for violating their terms of service. And the reaction was immediate. Everyone hated it. The privacy advocates, free speech people, left and right, all sides came at her. People started doxing Candace herself in retaliation, and Candace blamed the doxing on progressives. Specifically, she pointed at Zoe Quinn, a woman who had been attacked during Gamergate. Now, multiple outlets covered this at the same time, the Daily Beast, Vox, and the word they used was scant evidence. That's their assessment, not mine. And by blaming the left for attacking her, she was suddenly and instantly embraced by the Gamergate crowd. Anti-feminist, pro-Trump internet personalities, people like Milo Yiannopoulos, Mike Cernovich, and the emerging alt-right. So just to be clear about what just happened, a progressive woman tried to build a public doxing database, got attacked by her own side for it, blamed them for it, and overnight became a hero to the other side.
Okay. Just play along with me, people. Play along with me. If you wanted to plant a operative into a movement that would not let you in with your blue hair and your septum ring, what kind of person would you, what kind of operative would you seek after? Oh, by the way, your opponents are predominantly white, predominantly male, and always gets tagged with being quote unquote racist. Who would you pick to do that? I think we all know. I believe, my thought is, this was all a ruse. Everything that happened is a long game. And I know this is you're talking like, again, almost a decade and a half long play. But I believe this has always been in the works from the beginning. Candace Owens has always been a plant in the Republican GOP, the right, conservative movement, whatever you want to call it. She's always been a plant there. She's always been a plant. She's not been a conservative. And again, I think when you hear, you're like, what caused you to go from, Republicans are bat squeeze crazy to now you want to be a Republican? Just get rid of the website and then be a leftist. That doesn't make sense. That transfer does not make sense. And we'll see a little bit more, but I don't think she was ever, and I've said this before, I don't think she was ever a Republican or a conservative. I think she was always a leftist. She's been cosplaying as a conservative because this is where she wanted to get to. Let me know what y'all think.
The same crowd that should have hated the idea of a doxing website welcomed her with open arms because she pointed the finger at their enemy. That seems like her origin story. And listen to Candace's own words about what happened next. I became a conservative overnight. I realized that liberals were actually the racist. Liberals were actually the trolls. She said that to Dave Rubin. So let me get this straight. A woman that was blogging against Republicans and mocking Trump had her doxing business fail, blamed the left with scant evidence, and decided overnight that she was now a conservative? That was 2016. August 2017. Less than a year and a half later, she starts posting political videos on YouTube. September 2017. She launches a channel called Red Pill Black. Then she posted a vlog about the Charlottesville rally. It gets 80 million views. She comes out of nowhere, then gets 80 million views on this vlog. By the end of September, she's on Fox News with Jesse Waters. Zero political presence to 80 million views in Fox News. And
anybody in this live chat that is a content creator, even if you're on other platforms, to say now, that was it seemed like decades ago, right? 2017, but to get 80, I thought they said 8 at first. He said 80, Jason. 80 million views on a video is crazy. I mean, and to have no presence, to have no machine running behind you, or so we think, or have any kind of movement. Like, that was one of her first videos. And she got 80 million views. Okay. I guess that makes sense. If you're out here a content creator, you know what I'm talking about. That is not a small feat by any means or measures. I think, I mean, if that's organic, that is some that's some GMO. I'm sorry. That is not organic. That is some GMO. That she on gear. They taking steroids. That is not. I'm just saying, like, it's about, it seemed like it was longer than that. Because, I mean, this seemed like 1,000 years ago when you think about 2020. That was a different world. I'm not going to sing that song, though. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go. No, it was definitely not organic. I see what you're saying. Yes, I got you. I got you, friend. No, it wasn't. But let's keep going.
Under 6 months. No experience, no established platform. Either that's the finest organic rise in political media history, or someone opened the doors. Now, I don't know which, but let's look at what happened. November 2017. Charlie Kirk announces Candace Owens as communications director at Turning Point USA. So, 14 months from failed doxing website to one of the most powerful conservative youth organizations in America. Who made that introduction? Nobody's ever answered that publicly. She launched Blexit. Kanye tweeted, "I love the way Candace Owens thinks." Every conservative stage, every Fox News panel, the machine was running at full speed. And then December 2018, she traveled to London with Charlie Kirk for the launch of Turning Point UK. And that's another event we all know.
I do think, again, I believe definitely a plan. Definitely a plan. I think that was one of the blind sides of Charlie Kirk, was to make impulsive decisions that, good or bad, we all have done it. So I'm not judging him and saying that but I think this right here is definitely unequivocally an example of not really vetting a person, and look where it gets you. So yeah, I think that was a terrible move, because if he had not platformed her, and I'll call it money laundered her, kind of laundered her into the conservative movement, who knows where she would have been. But I don't think she would be where she is today if Charlie Kirk had not given her the thumbs of approval, because then she went to Prager, then she went to Daily Wire, and now she's out here wreaking havoc. So I just think that this was definitely not the shining moment. Okay, let's go.
The one where she was attacked over the Austrian painter quote. Now, I'm not going to repeat it because that's leftist stuff. You guys know what happened. Multiple TPUSA campus chapters called for a resignation. She would leave TPUSA in May 2019. After that, she joins the Daily Wire in 2021. So she basically stays on script for 3 years. Then she clashes with Shapiro in March 2024 and then leaves. She posts, "I'm finally free." By 2025, she's calling Trump a chronic disappointment. She says she's embarrassed she told people to vote for him. Goes fully independent, launches her own show, starts her own Epstein series. That's the career arc. From anti-Trump blogger to conservative overnight, to TPUSA, to Daily Wire, to independent, to the biggest conspiracy theorist in the world. But rewind to that London trip in December 2018. Because while everyone was talking about the comments, something else happened. Candace sat down at a dinner table next to a man she never met before.
This picture is so funny. I don't understand what they're trying to convey with this picture. And I'm going to say this, and I've said this before on this channel. I believe Candace Owens is smarter than she projects. Okay. I do believe that some of the things she does wrong, I think it might be projection, so people downplay her connivingness. That's just me. But when she tells a story about how she met George Farmer, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that was organic at all. I do not believe that at all. And the reason being is because George Farmer was integral in TP UK, right? And she was communications director. There's no way that she was not in communications with TP UK. That's just dumb to say that. So I believe she already knew about this man. I believe she knew everything about him, and the things that we're going to find out too. I do believe she already knew that. And she capitalized on that. She wanted to meet him, and the rest is history.
His name was George Farmer. So apparently, here's what happened next. The Turning Point UK launch was held on December 11th, 2018 at the Royal Automobile Club on Pall Mall in London. The person who organized this event was a man named John Mappin.
Hold on 1 second.
Automobile Club on Pall Mall next.
Wait, stop it. Let me catch it up, sorry.
Candace sat down at a dinner table next to a man she never met before. His name was George Farmer. So apparently, here's what happened next. The Turning Point UK launch was held on December 11th.
Okay, that's John Mappin in that picture. So of course we had Candace, Charlie, There's George and there's John Mappin on the far left. Just pointed out just so y'all know. And John is a Scientologist, which is super weird because why would a Scientologist want to see a allegedly Christian organization be successful wherever it is? Why would you not be making your own Scientologist version of it or whatever? It just seems odd, but let's go.
2018, at the Royal Automobile Club on Pall Mall in London. The person who organized this event was a man named John Mappin. He's the heir to
Why
the
does it look
Mappin
like
and
that?
Webb jewelry fortune, one of the oldest luxury brands in England. And he's a reported Scientologist. He's also a known QAnon promoter. That's who put together the event where Candace met her future husband. Candace had actually been in London doing media all day. She was taping Russell Brand's podcast that same day and showed up late. And at a dinner organized by Paul Joseph Watson, the InfoWars contributor, she sat next to George Farmer. He was the chairman of Turning Point UK, the British version of Charlie Kirk's operation. He was the money guy. He was already installed before Candace and Kirk flew over. Candace later described it as love at first sight. December 12th, they have dinner alone. December 29th, George Farmer proposes to Candace Owens via FaceTime.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know if my man got that wrong, or let me see. I don't know if the host of this video got that wrong, but George Farmer said that they never had any dates. He said that several times, actually. They didn't have any dates, any romantic excursions, no holding hands, no looking deep into each other's eyes under the moonlight. So I don't know where that came from about the dinner, but there's nothing that's ever, I've never heard that one before. So, you know, we got to take this with a grain of salt. Grain of salt. Let's go.
18 days after meeting her for the first time. February 14th, 2019. The engagement is publicly announced on Valentine's Day. In May 2019, George runs as a Brexit Party candidate for European Parliament. He doesn't win, but it tells you where his political ambitions are. August 6th, 2019, private ceremony. August 31st, 2019, the celebration at Trump Winery near Charlottesville, Virginia. Eric Trump's the president of the winery. And look at the guest list. Nigel Farage, the leader of the Brexit Party, John Voight, Charlie Kirk, Larry Elder, Paul Joseph Watson, and Jerry Falwell Jr., the president of Liberty University, who would later resign in his own scandal. They wore red Make Weddings Great Again hats. From first handshake to wedding,
it says Make Weddings Great Again.
264 days. Less than 9 months. From first handshake to proposal, 18 days.
Wow.
And when asked why, George said he heard a voice telling him to propose. So a voice told
It was
him,
the devil.
no, maybe it is just love at first sight. Maybe God really did just tell him. But before you decide that, you need to know who George Farmer actually is.
If you believe it was love at first sight, please put hearts in the chat. If you believe it might have been the devil telling you that, George, go ahead and put something else. Yeah, there's some other options. And nobody's feeling about the love at first sight. You don't like that? He literally said opposite. Yeah, there we go. That is some crazy work, man. That is absolutely bonkers, man. All right, let's keep this going though. But I thought this was good for us to get a better understanding of how we got here and maybe where we're going to, or maybe where she's going to, because I ain't going with her. She's going by herself.
Because once you do, the 18 days starts looking very different. Okay, so George Farmer. Most Candace fans couldn't tell you a single thing about this man. His full legal name is George Thomas Stahel Farmer. Born in London, went to St. Paul's School, one of the oldest and most elite private schools in England, founded in 1509. From there, he went to St. Peter's College, Oxford, to study theology. Got a first-class honors degree, which means he wasn't just at Oxford to party. He was academically serious. But remember that name, Strahel. We'll come back to it. But first, his father. And where he comes from is a level of wealth and political power that most people have never been anywhere near. George's father is Michael Strahel Farmer.
I don't. I'm sorry, Rita. That thing right there. She said it was opportunity at first sight. It wasn't love. It was opportunity. She saw the bag. She saw power. I got you. I like that. I like that thing tickled me. Shout out for sure. Okay, let's go. Let me back up a little smidgen because I'm over talking. Stop talking, Jason. Be quiet.
Studied theology. Got a first-class honors degree, which means he wasn't just at Oxford to party. He was academically serious. But remember that name, Strahel. We'll come back to it. But first, his father. And where he comes from is a level of wealth and political power that most people have never been anywhere near. George's father is Michael Strahel Farmer. And as of September 5th, 2014, his official title is Baron Farmer of Bishopsgate in the City of London. He sits in the House of Lords. He is a life peer in the British government. Lord Farmer made his fortune in metals trading. His nickname in the industry was Mr. Copper, because at one point, his company was the single largest trader of physical copper and nickel on the planet. He ran this operation from 1989 to 2000, and in 2000, he sold it. Guess who bought it? Enron, for $448 million.
Wow.
Yes, that Enron.
That it's funny because I'm thinking like, wait, that Enron? That's crazy. This guy, wow. So, okay, help me understand how George, coming from this amount of wealth, like what woman does he not have access to? Like what woman does George Farmer not have access to coming from this pedigree? Right? Like, I mean, is it fair to say he would be able to, okay, I think we all get it, right? He can pick him a woman of any wherever, right? But he picked Candace? Okay. Well, y'all are brutal, man. Y'all are brutal. Doggone. Dang, I'm trying to keep the story going. Now y'all ruining the story. You ruining the movie. You telling me at the end of the movie already. Y'all already, man. Every last one of y'all, put yourselves in 0-second timeout right now. Oh man.
And what's wild is Lord Farmer cashed out right before Enron collapsed. He sold at the absolute peak, after Enron imploded and destroyed thousands of people's pensions and savings. Lord Farmer walked away with $448 million and went on to co-found a hedge fund called Red Kite Group, which at its peak was managing $3.5 billion and was supplying roughly 15% of China's copper consumption. The family is worth an estimated £150 million, 12-bedroom London mansion, properties in France, Morocco, Belgium, and a large estate in Tennessee where Candace and George now live. Now here's the thing. How did Lord Farmer get his title? Lord Farmer is one of the largest individual donors in the history of the British Conservative Party. He donated over £6.4 million. Some sources put it as high as $8 to $9 million when you include all affiliated donations. He served as co-treasurer of the Conservative Party from 2011 to 2015. And on September 5th, 2014, while he was still serving as party treasurer, he was created a life peer, Baron Farmer of Bishopsgate in the City of London, and given a permanent seat in the House of Lords. There's an investigation by Open Democracy that looked into this pattern. What they found is that every single former Conservative Party treasurer who donated at least £3 million was offered a seat in the House of Lords. Every one. And Lord Farmer, when the Sunday Times asked him about this directly, quote, "There has been a tradition of ennobling party treasurers," end quote. a tradition? And in the House of Lords, Lord Farmer has voted 81 times. He has never once voted against the Conservative Party whip. 81 for 81.
Wow.
Before the marriage, George was a partner at Red Kite, his father's hedge fund, from July 2017. He reportedly made £5 million in profit in a single month. After the marriage, the career gets interesting. He co-founded Redfield and Wilton Strategies, a political polling firm, in January 2020. Then he became COO and later CEO of Parler, the free speech social media platform, from March 2021 to April 2023. Then he became the executive director and shareholder of GB News, the UK media outlet, from September 2023. So that's hedge fund, polling, social media platform, news network. All in 5 years. But publicly, I'm exclusively interested in faith. Now go back to the 18 days. Now can we be real? A woman who became conservative overnight in 2016, whose entire political career was 14 months old, who had just embarrassed herself with the you-know-who comments and was being pushed out of TPUSA, sits next to this man at a dinner his organization arranged, and within 18 days, the son of a lord, whose family is worth £150 million, decides she's the one.
It makes perfect sense.
Now the name. Shahel. Lord Farmer's full name is Michael Shahel Farmer. George is George Thomas Shahel Farmer. Every generation carries that name. The Shahel surname is Swiss. 61% concentrated in the canton of Zurich, records going back to the 13th century. Now, some of my viewers have claimed this is Swiss Templar bloodline. I'll have to look into that more, but what I can tell you is the name is Swiss and it's centuries old. And this family carried it from the continental European commodity trading world into the British House of Lords in one generation. Okay, but let's talk about what George did at Oxford, because this is the part that neither Candace nor George ever talk about. At Oxford University, George Farmer was the president of the Bullingdon Club. Now, if you're American, you may not know what this is, but if you're British, you know exactly what this is, and you know it means something very specific about a person who was in it. The Bullingdon Club was founded around 1780, all male, invitation only. You can't apply. You have to come from one of the wealthiest families in the country, and existing members select you. The uniform alone costs £3,500. So what do? They hold grand dinners at expensive venues, and then they destroy them. That's the tradition. Smash the place up, pay for the damage in cash. The initiation involves members invading your room and destroying everything you own while you watch. Police have been called to Bullingdon events. George Farmer was president in 2010 when police were called to Hartwell House Hotel for criminal damage. Okay, but here's why any of this matters. There's some important people in this club. 2 kings, Edward VII and Edward VIII. 3 prime ministers, David Cameron, Boris Johnson, Archibald Primrose, the 5th Earl of Rosebery. 2 chancellors of the Exchequer, George Osborne, Lord Randolph Churchill, Winston Churchill's father, Nat Rothschild. That's the photo they tried to suppress during their political careers. Cameron, Boris, all of them. This club has produced more British heads of state per capita than any organization in the country. So for Americans, this is basically Skull and Bones at Yale. Same structure, same function, 3 US presidents from Skull and Bones, 3 UK prime ministers, and 2 kings from the Bullingdon Club. George Farmer was the president of it. Now we're just getting started. You know what's even crazier? This all connects to the files. There's an email in the EFT archives, EFTA 02416209. It's from a man named Nick Lees writing to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Lees was close to Epstein. Epstein called him my boy. He was based in Singapore. And in this email, Lees is discussing British politics and he writes, quote, Eton, Oxford, Bullingdon running the country. What a wheeze. That's a private email to Epstein from a man he considered family. And in a separate email from the same Nick Lees, he introduces Jeffrey Epstein to a woman named Nicole Junkermann. If you know about Epstein research, you've probably heard that name. Junkermann is a known Epstein associate connected to Ehud Barak. Lees writes to Epstein, my great friend Nicole Junkermann is considering moving to Singapore. May I have her call you? EFTA 02414840. I'm going to call this one the Rosetta Stone. Prince Andrew writes to Epstein, quote, you should know that I was seeing David Rowland, my trusted money man who you should know from a long time ago. He saw Hugo Swire, the new Minister of State Northern Ireland, and Hugo asked him a very direct question about whether or not I was still seeing you. David Rowland, Conservative Party's largest donor and designated treasurer, forced to resign because the press called him a shady financer. Prince Andrew calls him my trusted money man, and Hugo Swire, a Foreign Office minister, is asking whether Andrew is still seeing Epstein. In the same email chain, Epstein writes to Andrew, I know you're seeing Jess Staley this morning. He's like family and can be trusted. Jess Staley, JP Morgan CEO, later Barclays CEO, like family. The documents show he visited Epstein's Island with his wife, flight numbers in EFTA 02025420. He sent his daughter's resume to Epstein. Epstein writes
On
back to
purpose?
Andrew about Swire. I used to shoot with Hugo. His great friend, Nick Lees, is coming to see me next week. Shooting parties with a Foreign Office minister, and Nick Lees, who jokes about Bullingdon running the country, is the same Nick Lees Epstein then connects to Nicole Junkermann. Junkermann, EFTA 02342424, forwards surveillance tech updates to two people, Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister, and Jeffrey Epstein. Same email, same time. EFTA 02426782. Nat Rothschild, Bullingdon Club, sends a private deal called Project Concordia to Jess Staley at JP Morgan. Lord Mandelson forwards the entire chain to Epstein with two words. Interesting. Protect. EFTA 018896668. Remember I said George Osborne, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Bullingdon Club? His chief of staff was a man named Ian Osborne. And Ian Osborne emailed Jeffrey Epstein directly. Subject line, confidential. Quote, I spoke to George Osborne. He is certain that Jess's name was never put to him for a yes-no on Barclays, and he's equally certain that he would not have opposed it. So the Chancellor of Exchequer's own chief of staff feeding confidential information about banking appointments to Jeffrey Epstein. About Jess Staley, the same man Epstein called like family. And in a separate email, EFTA 018763005, Epstein's assistant Leslie Groff writes, quote, you have mentioned Ian Osborne and Peter Thiel. The same Ian Osborne arranging Peter Thiel meetings for Epstein while feeding him confidential intelligence from the Chancellor's office.
Wow.
EFTA 02418723. Prince Andrew brokering David Rowland's Luxembourg private bank to Epstein for, quote, your undecided Chinese? Andrew writes, perhaps this is an avenue for your undecided Chinese, and he agrees that concentration should be on who pays who and when. And Lord Mandelson himself, EFTA 0183869, states directly that, quote, Lord Mandelson was introduced to Mr. Epstein a decade before by his then partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, who along with her father and other members of her family, Lord Mandelson had known for many years. Ghislaine Maxwell was personally introducing British lords to Jeffrey Epstein. And in another email, Mandelson writes to Epstein, quote, Need a lord on the board? And in a separate document, Epstein asked Mandelson to arrange a House of Lords tour for his 15-year-old goddaughter. And Mandelson's first question, the very first thing he writes back is, how old? How old? Now what's her name? Now when does she want to come? How old? Yeah. And then there's EFTA 000-37470. This is a UK National Crime Agency intelligence report sent to the FBI in June 2020. It's about a woman named Claire Guinness, or Lady Claire Iva, Countess of Iva, married into the Guinness brewing dynasty. Quote, Claire Iva was allegedly a close contact of Epstein and traveled and stayed with him on multiple occasions. And her current position, the one the NCA flagged in the report, president of the NSPCC, the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, the UK's main child protection charity.
That's crazy.
In the emails, she's sending Epstein property listings. Coco Chanel's house in the south of France. And she writes, quote, you could put in super cool for girls, even without aircon. Smiley faces. The president of the child protection charity emailing Jeffrey Epstein about properties that are super cool for girls. Now I need to be clear, George Farmer is not in the Epstein files. His father, Lord Farmer, is not directly named in the EFTA documents. I'm not going to fabricate a connection that doesn't exist. I'm not saying the Farmers are a part of any network. I'm saying this is the world they operate in. And this world has documents.
Wow.
The exact same role Lord Farmer held, Conservative Party treasurer, that's Prince Andrew's trusted moneyman in the files. The club that George Farmer ran is in the files. That's the one Epstein Circle jokes about running the country. In the House of Lords that his father was given a seat in, that's where Mandelson asked, how old, about a 15-year-old girl. So can we all be honest? 18 days is a little strange. Not just a little. 9 months later, she's married at a Trump property with the leader of Brexit as a guest. And both of them call it love at first sight. God's plan. A voice told him. In December 2024, episode 119, George sat down for his first real interview in over 5 years of marriage, and he said this, quote, there are many different women I'm married to because I'm never quite sure who I'm going to get in one day. You know, it's like someday I'm going to get one personality, and the next day it's this personality. And then you've got your investigative journalist hat on, and then you've got your mother's hat on, and then you've got your Catholic hat on. He's joking. It's a husband joke. But given everything this series has covered about programming, about people who switch between personas depending on who's watching, I'll let you sit with that. Now, in my opinion, from what I've seen publicly, the on-camera dynamic between her and Charlie reads differently than her and George. That's not evidence. I'm not in their house. I'll let you be the judge. Okay, so let me show you something. Back in July 2025, before the documents dropped, Candace launched a whole Epstein series, Dead Men Tell No Tales, 2.2 million views. The Midas Touch, 2 million. Why did they change their tune on Epstein? 1.8 million. So she's building up, she has all this anticipation, millions of people watching, so she's building herself up essentially as an Epstein researcher, the one to go through the files when they come out. February 1st, 2026, 3 million documents drop. Now let's see what she did after that. In 6 weeks, she's uploaded around 100 videos. Bride of Charlie episodes, 1, 5.3 million views. Episode 2, 3.4. Episode 3, 2.8. And then an open letter to Erica Kirk, 3.9 million. 7 full episodes, plus 20-something clips, all Erica Kirk, over 30 million views just on the Kirk content. Her ball episode did 2.8 million, but look at the description. It's Jay-Z on the Epstein list. Nicki Minaj says your favorite artists are in a satanic cult. In the Charlie Kirk assassination timeline. It's just entertainment. That's not a woman researching, going through the filings. Now here's what happened while I was making the last few videos. She launched Bride of Charlie to go after Erica Kirk. She accused a dead man's widow of being an intelligence plant. She suggested Erica has connections to Epstein through a modeling agency. TPA USA said Erica never worked there, and no verified evidence has been presented publicly. And the episode where she tried to make that connection, did Erica Kirk know Jeffrey Epstein? Dropped on March 11th, 2026. You know what else dropped on March 11th? Part 5 of this series. The same exact day. And then, within 48 hours of Part 5 going up, Candace posted about Project Monarch on X. She's mentioned MKUltra before in passing. She did an episode in 2022. But a specific post about Project Monarch within 48 hours of our Part 5, talking about how the world will soon know. Now, people may see this as good. However, look at the language she is using and the direction. Now, I'm not saying she copied me or stole my work or anything. I'm saying she saw it. And if she saw it, then that means she might know what's in the files about her husband's world. She told you she knows all about Project Monarch. Okay, then make the video. Not about Erica Kirk, about this. About the Bullingdon Club. About the Bull. About everything we just showed you. Your fans deserve that. And I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's building up to it. But my issue is, well, we know she likes to talk about the ball stuff, right?
It's never going to happen.
I'm going to say bail, so it's a little bit easier.
Bail.
So she made the video, Bail So Hard. And on March 12th, she tweets some wild stuff about bail to Ben Shapiro. So you guys know she talks about bail constantly. Okay, so let me show you some crazy stuff. Because I don't think she's looked hard enough. Now look at her husband's club. The Bullingdon Club. Say it slowly. Bullingdon. The oldest records spell it Bullsden in 1179. Bullandina in 1231. English Place Name Society records it as Bull's Valley from Old English. The club's nickname is the Buller. Airmail ran a headline about them. You mess with the Buller, you get the horns.
You get the horns.
In Oxford itself, the city where this club operates, Oxford comes from Old English Oxenoforda, Ford of the Oxen, the Bull Club in the Ox City. Now look where his father operates. Lord Farmer's full title is Baron Farmer of Bishopsgate in the City of London. And the City of London is not regular London. It is a 1 square mile financial enclave with its own charter from 1067. That's older than the Magna Carta. It has its own police force. It has business-dominated elections where companies vote, not just people. And it has something called the Remembrancer, an unelected official who has sat in Parliament since 1571 protecting this city's interest. That is where Lord Farmer's title is anchored. And this square mile has been reset before. In 1666, the Great Fire burned for 4 days and destroyed 4/5 of the city of London. 13,200 houses, 87 churches, 52 guide halls. The entire medieval city was gone. And guess what? Only 6 people officially died. And keep in mind that 100,000 had already been wiped out by the plague the year before. So, back to back. 1665, plague. 1666, fire. Now the question is, who rebuilt it? The rebuild was controlled by a 6-man commission, and 2 of those men were Christopher Wren and Robert Hooke, both members of the Royal Society. The Royal Society was founded in 1660, just 6 years before the fire, and it grew out of something called the Invisible College. which is a term from the Rosicrucian pamphlets. Their founding member included Elias Ashmole, whose own diary confirms he was initiated into a Masonic lodge in 1646, and Sir Robert Moray, who Gresham College themselves described as, quote, soldier, scientist, spy, Freemason, and founder of Royal Society. And they have a memorial they built that's 202 feet tall, exactly 202 feet from where the fire started. Yeah, why don't you multiply that by 3? It's not just a memorial. It was designed as a zenith telescope with an underground laboratory beneath it for gravity experiments. So it's a scientific instrument disguised as a public monument? And when Wren walked through the ruins of old St. Paul's Cathedral, he found a stone fragment with one word on it. Resurgam, Latin for I shall rise again. He carved that word and the phoenix into the new cathedral. Order out of chaos. And underneath that square mile, 7 meters below Bloomberg's European headquarters on Walbrook Street, there's a Roman temple, built around 240 AD, discovered in 1954 on a World War II bomb site. It's a temple to Mithras. Let me walk you through what this actually was, because most people have only heard the name and maybe seen the image. Mithraism was a mystery religion in ancient Roman times, focused on the god Mithras that dominated the Roman Empire for centuries. It was the religion of the military, of officers, of administrators, of the people who actually ran things. And it was entirely secret. Now, Surface Wiki will only tell you so much, but essentially, this is an ancient cult with a bull sacrifice ritual with the purpose of creating a god. Sounds crazy, but stay with me. You see this? That image is called a tauroctony. Mithras drives the dagger into the bull's throat. A scorpion is clamped onto the bull's private parts, attacking its generative power. A dog and a snake are drinking directly from the open wound, consuming the blood. A raven watches from above as the messenger. And from the body of the bull, from its spinal cord and blood, wheat and vine grow. Life from death, generation from sacrifice. Now the question is, why do we see the same Phrygian cap on Mithras that we see on the Magi in every Renaissance fresco? Why is that same cap worn by the French Masons and assigned to Libertas? Are we not supposed to notice those? Let's go deeper. Do you know what a taurobolium is?
I do not.
It's kind of hard to find if you don't know where to look. The fossa sanguinis, the pit. They dig a trench into the ground and cover it with a wooden platform with holes drilled through it. Then, the initiate goes down into the pit.
Oh my gosh.
A bull is led onto the platform above them and sacrificed with a consecrated spear.
What?
And everything that comes out of that animal pours down through the perforations into the person below. The 4th century poet Prudentius, who saw this with his own eyes, describes what happens next. They emerge from the pit, renatus in aeternum, reborn for eternity, purified of all past actions, regarded as the equal of God, reborn. Remember part 4? Renovatio? At the soldier grade, they brand a cross into your forehead with a hot iron to mark you as property of the deity.
Holy cow.
7 grades of initiation. Corax the Raven, through Potter the Father. Each one compartmentalized so you only knew the mysteries of your own level and below. Keep in mind this was not a fringe religion on the edges of the empire. This was the dominant faith of the Roman military and administrative class. The temples cluster along every militarized frontier: Hadrian's Wall, the Rhine, the Danube, North Africa. The people who actually ran the empire were in these underground temples around the sacrifice of a bull. And when the Catholic Church suppressed Mithraism in the 4th century, it didn't disappear. It changed form. The historian H.L. Haywood traced the transmission from Mithraism into Manichaeism, and then into the Paulicians, then into the medieval Cathars, and Waldensians, underground movements that were hunted as heretics for centuries but never fully destroyed. Then the Knights Templar. 9 ranks, accusations of secret initiation rituals and idol worship so specific that mainstream historians still argue about whether they were fabricated or real. Let's remember that even Crowley claimed Baphomet, the idol the Templars were accused of worshipping, was derived from Father Mithras, Pater Mithras, the highest grade of the cult. And then, Freemasonry. Albert Pike, the most authoritative Masonic writer who ever lived, in Morals and Dogma, 1871, explicitly describes the Mithraic 7-grade ladder as a Masonic symbol. 7 altars consecrated to 7 planets. The candidate passing through 7 stages of initiation through fearful trials.
What in the world?
He called Freemasonry the modern era of the ancient mysteries. That's the supreme commander of the Scottish Rite. Michael Tessarian maps this all out. Adonism, to Mithras, to Sol Invicti, to Christianity, to Templarism, to Freemasonry, to the British Empire. Same cult, different centuries, different clothes.
Wow.
Okay, so now let's talk about British intelligence. The structure of MI5 and MI6 is the Mithraic structure. Compartmentalized information, need to know clearance levels, graded hierarchy, oath-bound secrecy, recruitment by selection, not application, secular rank irrelevant inside the apparatus. And even the Nazis knew it. Heinrich Himmler was obsessed with the idea that British intelligence was being run as a Rosicrucian order with occult adepts in charge of MI5. And was he wrong? John Dee, 1527 to 1608, Queen Elizabeth's court astronomer, alchemist, ceremonial magician, and spy, signed his intelligence letters to the Queen with the symbol 007. This is where Ian Fleming got it. Aleister Crowley, confirmed MI5 and MI6 asset, declassified US military intelligence files, says he was an employee of the British government on official business. Crowley is the one who said Baphomet comes from Pater Mithras. His disciple, Maxwell Knight, ran MI5's counter-subversion section B5B and is widely considered to be the model for M in the Bond novels. Knight brought the occult novelist Dennis Wheatley into Churchill's wartime deception planning. Fleming knew all of them, based Le Chiffre on Crowley's appearance, named his agent after Dee's signature, and devised a plan with Knight to use Crowley to interrogate captured Nazi Rudolf Hess by exploiting Hess's known obsession with the occult. This is documented in Richard Spence's Secret Agent 666. And then there's the bowling den. I would assume that Candace has heard of it. Now, I don't know how much she knows, but I do remember seeing this clip, which is pretty crazy. It would seem Candace knows about Tartaria.
I don't really know what's up and what's down, to be honest with you. I don't even believe in the moon landing.
Tartaria.
So, there you go. There's another one. There's something there. That's very funny. I would.
Not kidding.
Okay, but I already showed you who was in it. The kings, the prime ministers, the Rothschilds, and we went over the EFTA connections. But let's go a little deeper. So if you know what Tartaria is, then you'll understand.
What's Tartaria?
They destroy old world buildings. It's literally a destruction club, a vandalism club. I went through every documented Bullingdon incident on record that I could find, and in 1894, they smashed 468 windows in Peckwater Quad at Christ Church. That building is Grade 1 listed, one of the earliest examples of Palladian architecture in England, built in 1706 on a site that goes back to 1246. Grade 1 is the highest designation in the country. Only 2.5% of all protected buildings receive it. In 2005, they destroyed a pub called the White Hart in Fifield, Grade 2 star, built around 1442 as a charitable hospital for the poor. Princess Diana's nephew organized that dinner, and he got fined £80. In 2010, they vandalized the Hartwell House, another Grade 1, a Jacobean mansion from 1570 where the exiled king of France signed the document accepting his crown. They started a fire inside the King's Arms, Oxford's oldest pub, licensed since 1607. They trashed the Tudor Room at Weston Manor, a 15th century manor built inside a 13th century moat. Every single venue on record is a historically protected building. They don't just smash up chain restaurants. It would seem they go after old world architecture. And the newspapers in 1894 described the morning after Peckwater Quad as looking like, quote, the explosion of a bomb. The initiation follows the exact pattern we just traced. Mithras, to the Templars, to Freemasonry, death, and rebirth. I already told you about the initiation, how they destroy your room while you watch. Why? And what does that even mean? Radek Sikorski, who went on to become the foreign minister of Poland, describes what happened to him. He said in the middle of the night, a dozen screaming figures burst into his room and demolished everything he owned. And then after everything was destroyed, Boris Johnson walked up, shook his hand, and said, "Congratulations, man. You've been chosen." So in a way, that's the rebirth. Think about it. What other logical explanation is there for doing this? It makes no sense. And the landlord of that pub they destroyed in 2005 said, each time I pulled one of them out of the melee, they apologized to me and were extremely polite, but then jumped right back in. It seems like some kind of ritual. So why are they doing rituals? Apparently, members also swear a code of silence they call omerta. Boris Johnson, when reminded of the club, reportedly whispers omerta, omerta under his breath. An insider who spoke to the Daily Beast called it, quote, institutionalized bad behavior where you're rewarded for getting drunk and doing as much damage as possible. Institutionalized? That's fraternal language. This is what you want to be connected with, Candace? And if so, why won't you talk about it in more detail? I do see that you're talking about Freemasons and rituals related to Charlie Kirk, but this is definitely all connected. Evelyn Waugh attended Oxford in the 1920s and watched the Bullingdon firsthand. He put them in his novel, Decline and Fall, as the Bullinger Club, and described their dinners as the sound of the English county families baying for broken glass. Tom Dryburgh, who was there at Oxford with Waugh, said his satire was, quote, a mild account of the night of any Bullingdon Club dinner in Christchurch. Such a profusion of glass I never saw until the height of the Blitz. He's talking about the German bombing of London in World War II. After 1894, the club was banned from meeting within 15 miles of Oxford. Yet they came back. Winston Churchill himself, speaking in Parliament in 1910, this is Hansard, the permanent record. He said the sons of other classes may commit many of the same kind of offenses, and in boisterous and exuberant moments, whether at Oxford or anywhere else, may do things for which the working classes are committed to prison. Basically, we're the elite class and we can do what we want. If the working class does this, you go to prison. Also, did you know that there is a Masonic lodge at Oxford called Apollo University Lodge number 357?
What?
You can only join if you've matriculated at the university. 3 Bullingdon Club members were initiated into this one lodge. Prince Leopold, Queen Victoria's youngest son, Bullingdon member, initiated into Apollo Lodge in May 1874. Provincial Grand Master of Oxfordshire by age 22. The Masonic press was openly discussing making him Grand Master of all England before he died at 30 from hemophilia. His brother, Edward VII, Grand Master of England for 27 years, personally proposed him for membership. Roger Lumley, 11th Earl of Scarborough, in the 1925 Bullingdon Club photograph, initiated into the same Apollo Lodge on the 3rd of May 1923. Roger Lumley became the Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of England, the highest Masonic office in the country, for 16 years, 1951 to 1967. He achieved what Leopold was being groomed for before he died. Bullingdon dinner jacket to Grandmaster's regalia. And then Cecil Rhodes, Bullingdon member, initiated into Apollo Lodge in 1877. And on the same day he became a life member, the same day he sat down and wrote what he called his Confession of Faith.
What?
In it, he wrote, I become a member of the Masonic Order. I see the wealth and power they possess. Why should we not form a secret society with but one object? The furtherance of the British Empire. And then this. We should have its members placed at our universities and our schools and should watch the English youth passing through their hands. And he did it. The Society of the Elect in 1891, modeled on the Jesuits and Freemasonry, which became the Round Table Movement, which became the Rhodes Scholarship, which is still operating out of Oxford today. And it's not just the Bullingdon Club. There's a web. The Gridiron Club, founded 1884, the political networking arm. David Cameron was a member of both the Bullingdon and the Gridiron simultaneously, 1987 to 1988. He ran the Destruction Club and the Power Club at the same time. John le
Destruction
Carre,
Club is crazy.
the spy novelist, was a Gridiron member while working for both MI5 and MI6 as a student at Oxford. Rory Stewart, Gridiron member, his father was vice chief of MI6. And Stewart chaired something called La Cercle, a secret invitation-only foreign policy forum that the conservative MP Alan Clark described in his diaries as, quote, funded by the CIA. Stewart never declared this to Parliament. Then there's the Piers Gaveston Society, named after the rumored lover of King Edward II. There's 12 members. Guests loaded onto buses with blacked-out windows and driven to a field. Phones confiscated. NDAs signed? The events are described as transgressive. Cameron was allegedly in this one too. Gottfried von Bismarck, great-grandson of the German Chancellor, was in both the Piers Gaveston and the Bullingdon. And underneath all of these, the oldest one, the Phoenix Common Room at Brasenose College, founded 1782. Again, 12 members. Brown tailcoats. A silver phoenix figurine sits at the table as their 13th member. In the 1820s, Brasenose housed its own Hellfire Club chapter with satanic toast. 2 members died in connection with devil worship rituals. Edward Lee Trafford in 1834 and John Woodhouse in 1840. Woodhouse reportedly died upon toasting the devil and was found dragged through the bars of a window.
What?
The satanic toast were abolished after that. Now that Hellfire chapter at Brasenose wasn't the original. The real Hellfire Club was founded by Sir Francis Dashwood in the 1740s. He called it the Order of the Friars of St. Francis of Wickham. They met at Medmenham Abbey on the Thames, a ruined Cistercian monastery that Dashwood rebuilt specifically for the order. And above the entrance he carved a phrase, "Do what thou wilt."
Yikes.
Aleister Crowley used the exact same words as the central law of his religion, Thelema, 150 years later. It would seem Crowley inherited it from Dashwood, who took it from Rabelais, who wrote it as the motto of a fictional abbey in 1534. But apparently, Dashwood made it real. He built the abbey in stone. Interestingly, Candace talks about this. She calls them Frankist. Jacob Frank,
Here we
18th
go.
century, a sect whose central doctrine was redemption through sin.
What?
Cross every line, break every law. That's how you reach God. She calls it a satanic cult masquerading as something else. Same doctrine, same century. Dashwood carved "Do what thou wilt" above a door in England in the 1740s, and Frank was preaching redemption through sin in Poland in the 1750s. She's looking at the 18th century version of this philosophy in Eastern Europe. The English version was meeting at a rebuilt abbey on the Thames. The membership of Dashwood's Hellfire Club reads like government. The Earl of Sandwich, the First Lord of the Admiralty running through Royal Navy, the Earl of Bute, Prime Minister by 1762, John Wilkes, the most famous radical politician in England, and Benjamin Franklin.
Wait,
Franklin visited Mendham multiple times during his years in London. In 1998, during renovations of Franklin's London house at 36 Craven Street, workers found the remains of at least 10 people buried in the basement, 6 of them children. Underneath Dashwood's estate at West Wickham, the caves are still there. They're a quarter-mile deep into the chalk, opening into a series of chambers, the last one called the Inner Temple, and to reach it you cross an underground river they named the River Styx.
Oh no, not Styx.
The River of the Dead. You cross it, you enter the temple, you come back reborn. But think about it. Oxford, Oxen of Borda, the Ford of the Oxen, the Ox City, and in the Ox City, a fraternal order that destroys Grade 1 listed Old World architecture as its initiation ritual, whose members swear omerta. 3 of them walked into the same Masonic lodge, and 2 of them became Grand Masters of English Freemasonry.
Wow.
And the 3rd built his own secret society and put it in his will. And keep in mind, the motto of the 33rd degree of Freemasonry, the highest degree, order out of chaos. And apparently, George Farmer was the president of this Bull Club. The son of Baron Farmer of Bishopsgate in the city of London, the square mile above the temple of the bull-slaying god, ran the Bull Club in the Ox City, and he proposed to Candace Owens in 18 days. Now there's one more layer. I promise I'm not reaching. There's a movement called British Israelism. It was huge in the 19th and early 20th century among the British elite, and it claims the British descend from the lost tribes. In England specifically, they identify as the tribe of Ephraim, and Ephraim's tribal symbol in Jewish tradition is the bull. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock. And Michael Tessarian, crazy how we come full circle, calls British Israelism one of the cult of Aton's chief propaganda organs, a tool used to justify British imperial rule through biblical identity. Now, whether you believe that framework or not, the bull symbol runs through British elite culture. You can't unsee it once you see it. John Bull is the national personification of England. The bulldog is the national animal. Even the Vatican governs through papal bulls.
Right.
Now look at this. The Rothschild coat of arms. A lion on the left, a unicorn on the right. Those are the same supporters on the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom. Now in Jewish tribal tradition, the lion is the symbol of the tribe of Judah. The unicorn, okay, so listen, the unicorn in heraldry comes from the same verse I just read you. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. The bull and the unicorn are the same animal. Biblical scholars in the Brit-Am Hebrew Nations Project have documented this. The Hebrew word re'em, that gets translated as unicorn in the King James Bible, also translates as wild bull or wild ox. It referred to the auroch, a massive wild bovine that went extinct, and apparently when artists who had never seen one tried to draw it from a description, a huge horned beast, they drew a horse with one horn. The unicorn is the bull seen in profile. 2 horns become one. And remember Nathaniel Rothschild? Nat was in Bullingdon Club at Oxford alongside David Cameron, Boris Johnson, and George Osborne. The same Nat Rothschild who appears in the Epstein files The same one Peter Mandelson told Epstein he'd been seeking advice from, and Epstein himself wrote to Peter Thiel in 2016. This is in the DOJ document release, EFTA 023876445. As you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds. Les Wexner testified under oath to the House Oversight Committee that he gave Epstein power of attorney based on, and I quote, his personal work for the Rothschild family in France. So the family whose coat of arms carries the bull of Ephraim and the lion of Judah, whose scion sat in the Bull Club at Oxford, whose name appears throughout the Epstein files, that family is the one Jeffrey Epstein told people he represented? Don't you get it? The bull worship. From ancient Canaanites to Mithras to modern secret societies. And it would apparently seem the woman who tells 6 million subscribers about Baal worship married into a world that sits at the intersection of all of it. Anti-Trump blogger, doxing website fails, conservative overnight, TPUSA in 14 months, 80 million views in 6 months, engaged in 18 days to the president of the Bullingdon Club, Bulls Valley, the Buller, married at Trump Winery in 9 months. His father, Baron Farmer of Bishopsgate in the City of London, above the temple of the bull-slaying god, 7 meters below Bloomberg, and she makes an episode called Ball So Hard. She made a series called The Bride of Charlie. She investigated who Charlie Kirk married, who she really was, where she came from, and what the connections look like. I just did the same thing to her. Her husband said it herself. There are many different women I'm married to. I'm never quite sure who I'm gonna get. And she told you. Overnight. Every EFTA document I reference in this video is in the public release. Every statement about Lord Farmer is on his Wikipedia page and UK parliamentary record. Every detail about the marriage timeline comes from Candace and George's own interviews. Every detail about the Bullingdon Club, the City of London, the Mithraeum, the 7 grades of Mithras, the Rothschild coat of arms, the etymology of every word, the declassified MI5 files on Crowley. It's all public record. The connections and patterns I've drawn are my interpretation of that public record. I give you the receipts so you can check my work. And so, why does the person with the biggest platform in this space marry into it? One last thing. For anyone asking who I am, I'm an artist. I've dedicated my life to research, and it shows. I literally grinded my way up here. Have you made a 9-hour video? I've shown time and time again that I'm willing to work for the truth. Not one sponsor in 7 years. That's the difference between me and these other people that you call plants. I'm not giving you truth. I'm working for it myself, and you're joining along. I know my supporters know, but I'm done with the comments calling me a plant. I earned this. You know the difference. I trust you to see this. Get ready for part 7. And if you guys don't mind, please come follow me on X. I'm much more active there now with everything going on, and I could definitely use the extra support. Please let me know if there's anything I missed. Thanks for watching, and all we can hope is that our minds may be unveiled.
All right, shout out to that. I thought that was very informative. It was a lot. And there was definitely some areas that were like, his brain was kind of rolling back in the back of his head, but I thought it was very interesting. I did drop the link in the chat as well as in the description of this video, so you can go back and check them out. And if the mods want to drop mine unveiled on X, please drop that in the chat as well. I thought it was cool, but give me your thoughts on it though while I go through these supers. Let's go. What we got? Texas lady wouldn't have behaved the same with her boss. Thank you so much, Gene, for the 2. I appreciate it. What did Mike say here? For the love of group therapy, I'm behind on the chat, but I'm having a great time with Jay Witt, my brother in the Lord, and his Green Heart Army. Shout out. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate you, friend. And Greg is a co-sponsor of the stream. Candace with the 10. Candace would attack Erica if Erica had a similar connection as the farmers. Hey, I think there's a lot of projection. I think there's a lot of projection. Because again, as you're saying right here, Greg, I agree with you 100%. Erica wouldn't get away if she had this kind of stuff going on in her life. She would not get away with it. Why is Candace similar? She's adjacent to it even, right? She would have, come on, man. We don't went back to Erica's great uncle that worked for Quaker Oats. Why do we not know about the Bullington Club? Why do we know about the relationship with the Epstein files? There we go. Shout out. Thank you so much. Amethyst says this. Bad boy, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Sing it with me, y'all. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it. And you're also the stream sponsor. Actually, you're the stream sponsor. It's 15. This is from their website at CERN. We probe the fundamental structure of the particles that make up everything around us. We do so using the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments. Thank you so much for the 10. I think there was a conversation going on that I missed, but I appreciate you for sure. Thank you so much for that. And you'll be the stream sponsor. Let me go ahead and change that right now. But what did y'all think? Do y'all think that there was any, you think, I saw somebody saying, is the guy just trolling? Do you think he's just trolling, or do you think there's actually there's some veracity there? If nothing else, do you think it's worth looking into? Like, Candace, why is it that we're seeing this around you and around your husband, and it doesn't make sense? I would like to know. What do y'all think about it? All right, we got a stream sponsor. Shout out. Isn't it surmised that George writes her scripts? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I would not be at all. All right, what we got here? Spencer Smith has a good series on the Epstein files too. I think I know who that is. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, love. Now, to be fair, because I don't use the King James Bible, I use the ESV. I don't see that translation, that the unicorn translation in there. And I'm gonna look up the King James as well while I'm here. That what he was talking about, I'm like, I don't see that. And I think that's why he was using the King James for that. It does say unicorn in King James though, which is interesting. I've never seen that before. But it's only in the King James. King Jimmy. Shout out to King Jimmy. All right. Yeah, y'all not gonna let George get away with that. Y'all like, look, George don't really want her. Like, why are we not talking about that? She's talking about everything else. Like, why is that not coming front and center, Candace? I think that's a very valid question. All right, what do we got? All right. Good conversation back and forth, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's real quick see if there's anything else I've missed. I don't think I have. Again, looks like some great conversation. Y'all look like you're having a good back and forth. I watched the movie based on the club. It freaked me out. Yeah, that club thing right there, man, like destroy everything you own. Like, that's crazy work. Like, what? Why would you do that? On purpose? I don't know why would you even want that? But I see what they're doing now, that whole, starting life over again. We destroy everything, then you gotta start life over again from, rebirth from ashes, if you will. Like, okay, I see what they're up to. But everybody, I do want to say again, I at 8:00, I'm starting my March Madness. I got 2 videos going up against each other. I need you to vote which one that you rock with. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make it available now, so y'all can check it out. Let me know what y'all think, and then that'll be your vote. That's your homework for the day. That's your homework. Yeah, here it is, right here. Make sure I got it ready. I'm just gonna make it available right now. It says 7:15. Just drop it right now. Well, let me change the time because it's too. I'll change it to 7:30. Maybe let me do that. It won't let me just drop it now. Okay, 7:30. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, go check it out. Make sure that you vote and give me a 2 cent. Let me make sure the playlist is available for you. Perfect. All right. Yeah. So I'm starting my March Madness today at 7:30. I got 2 videos going live. I want to see which one do you all vote for, which one do you like the best. Tomorrow at 2:00 and every day after that, it'll be at 2:00. I'll be dropping my video, and again, just want to vote. And then on Monday, we'll decide Sunday we'll do the Final Four, and Monday we'll do the championship round, just having some good fun. So hopefully you all will enjoy that. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Lord willing, we're going to just do Thankful Thursday, having some good body cam discussions and such of that nature. And maybe we'll have a guest or 2. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we got in the who's reaching out to you guy. But and then on Friday, we got Friday Night Lights. Good old fun as well. So let me know what y'all think about it. Give me a 2 cent, all that kind of good jazz. Thank you so much to the very kind super chats. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's picked up shirts. The group therapy hoodie and the group therapy t-shirts are available on the website. Check them out for sure. I definitely want you to check them out. I think you'll like them. I'm trying to think what other cool things we got going on. Make sure you like those videos. Hit the like and the hype and all that kind of good jazz, all that kind of stuff like that. I want to end the month strong, so I'll do whatever I can. So we'll do it. Everybody, thank you so very much for rocking with us. I'm trying to see there's no other comments, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. But everybody, thank you so much for rocking with me. I will see you all at 7:30 when we do the when my March Madness goes live. And let's see what you think. So until then, everybody, grace and peace. Have a great night. I'll see you real soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whip Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.